Hello everyone, my name is Seth, and today I'm going to be blind ranking movies. I saw this idea from a basketball creator that I watch, Kenny Beecham. It was a really fun video. He was blind ranking a lot of different things in the NBA, and I thought it would be fun to transfer that over to film. And so that's what I'm going to be doing today. Also, like I said, I moved. I'm still working on this setup, so I apologize if the audio is kind of weird or anything like that. I've been working through it. I'm having to hold the mic right now, so we'll see how this goes, but I'm working through it. Before we go any farther, go ahead and like this video, hit subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video. We are getting closer and closer to 200 subscribers, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you are in the first 200. All right, so this website is blindrank.net. They have a whole bunch of different kinds of blind rankings you can do. So what I'm going to do here is I'm kind of going to go through until I'm happy with my ranking. So let's go ahead and get started here. First things first is we have Inception. Now, I love Inception. Inception is a very, very good movie. Oh, and once again, all of this is my opinion, so you might disagree with me. If you disagree, let me know in the comment section down below. But with Inception, I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and put it at 2, just in case there's something better. It's hard to go ahead and start off with number 1, so let's just see if there's anything better. All right, number 2 here, Silence of the Lambs. I like Silence of the Lambs, but I don't know if I like it quite as much as everybody else does. So I'm going to stick it here at 3. Harry Potter. Okay. Harry Potter series. I have not seen any of them. I've seen like half of the first one. I know that's not great for a big film fan like myself. It is my goal, maybe hopefully this year, to actually watch all of them all the way through. So for me, I'm going to have to put it at 5, but like don't come after me with pitchforks. Next is The Usual Suspect. I will go ahead and put that at 4. What do we have at number 1? The Green Mile. Okay. Well, not quite happy with that one. I probably should have put Inception number 1. So there we got The Green Mile, Inception, Silence of the Lambs, Usual Suspects, and the Harry Potter series. Judging by the average rank, I actually got pretty close. If I would have switched these two, which might have been what I would have done, might have been like my perfect list, I think that would have been good. So let's go ahead and refresh. Starting out with 7. Now, 7's a movie I really, really like. It's just a really, really well written and directed kind of crime thriller. And again, I'm struggling here. My initial reaction is to put it at number 1, but I don't think I can do that, although that kind of came back to bite me with Inception. Let me go ahead and put it at 2, like I did, and let's just see what we get from here. Fight Club. All right, so we got 2 Brad Pitt movies back to back. I like Fight Club. I don't like it as much as 7, and I feel like there might be a couple we get better. I'm gonna go ahead and put it at 4, so we'll see. Joker is very good. It's a tough watch. I have not seen Joker since I watched it in the theater. It is definitely a tough watch. I'm definitely excited for Joker 2 as I'm recording this, and I think as the video is going up, the trailer for Joker 2 is actually coming out tonight. That's interesting because these first 2 are a little bit more tougher watches with Joker and 7. I think I'm gonna put Joker at 3 for now. Oppenheimer. Okay. Out of these, Oppenheimer probably is my favorite out of these 4. So I'm going to put it at 1. We'll see what it gives me for 5. We'll see if I'm happy with the list. 5 is the Prestige. Okay, yeah. The Prestige would have been my number one. So I think probably what I would have done, probably would have put Prestige at number one and then moved everything else down. So that's probably what I would have done. So still not 100% happy with that list. Let's go ahead and try again. Okay, this is easy. If anybody knows me, if anybody's been watching my channel for a while, I love Star Wars. If you follow me on social media, you know I've got a lightsaber tattoo now. And so Star Wars is number one. That's not even a question. Star Wars is number one. Now, we got Oppenheimer again. I'm thinking I might put Oppenheimer at 3 just in case there's something I like better. Because Oppenheimer is not like my favorite movie of all time. I really liked it. I think it deserved to win all those Oscars it did. But I'm gonna go with 3. Schindler's List is one of the great all-time movies. I'm going to put Schindler's List at number 2. And so we'll see what we got here. Memento, another Christopher Nolan film. I'm thinking I really like Memento, but it's not one of my favorite Christopher Nolan films. Like, it's probably not in my top 5 of his films, but that's not necessarily a bad thing because he makes really, really good movies. I'm going to put it at 5, and hopefully we get something I'm happy with in the 4 spot. Lord of the Rings. Okay. Well, I haven't seen all 3 of the Lord of the Rings. I've seen the first 2. I still need to get around to watching the 3rd one. I know one of my friends at work, he would absolutely put Lord of the Rings number 1. He keeps telling me I need to rewatch Lord of the Rings so I can change my opinion on them. But right now, I think Lord of the Rings is good. I think they are good movies. I don't necessarily think I would call it a masterpiece, but I'm open to changing my mind. I'm open to watching them again and then watching this last one. So I think if I was to make any changes based off of how I view all of these, I would slide Lord of the Rings down and have Memento be above it, but I don't know for sure. So let me go ahead and refresh. I'm definitely very happy with having Star Wars at number 1. Anytime Star Wars shows up on this list, it will automatically be number 1. Okay, we got Silence of the Lambs again. I'm going to go ahead and stick that at 3. Interstellar. I really liked Interstellar. I think I like Interstellar more than most people. It can be a little bit heavy-handed with the themes of love and things like that, but I think even though it might be a little heavy-handed, I think it works. And so I'm going to go ahead and put Interstellar at number 2. The visuals are incredible. And so, yeah, I think I'm confident with Interstellar being at number 2. Shawshank Redemption is, again, this is another one of the all-time greats. So they definitely make this a tough blind rank to do. They're not throwing in a bunch of bad movies here and there. I'm going to put Shawshank Redemption at number 1. Oh, man. Okay. Toy Story, I already would put at number 1. Toy Story might be like my second favorite Pixar movie behind Monsters, Inc. And as of right now with this list, I would like to put it at number 1, kind of slide everything else down, but putting it at 4. And what do we got at 5? Schindler's List. Okay. So yeah, not the biggest fan of that one. Although Toy Story average rank is 3.5. So maybe I like Toy Story better than most people. Let's go one more time. Okay, this is not necessarily a great one. Again, I'm getting exposed a little bit. Not seeing Harry Potter. I haven't seen The Godfather. I know. Don't come at me with pitchforks. I'm going to go ahead and refresh this one because I can't, honestly build a list starting out with The Godfather. So let's see. Okay, it's Toy Story. I'm going to put Toy Story at 2. I'm leaving room just for in case something like Star Wars comes back up. But we're going to go number 2, The Dark Knight Rises. Again, The Dark Knight Rises is another film that I like probably more than most people. I think I like it better than Batman Begins. So I think it's the second best in the Dark Knight trilogy. And I know not a lot of people would agree with that. But I'm going to put it at 4. And let's see what we got. Lord of the Rings, I'll put that at 5. I do like The Dark Knight Rises more than I like the 2 Lord of the Rings movies I've seen. So let me put Lord of the Rings at 5. 7, I'm going to keep that at 3, and hopefully we get something good for number 1, The Matrix. I appreciate what The Matrix has done for filmmaking and for action filmmaking. It's not necessarily my favorite. I would probably put The Matrix under The Dark Knight Rises and slide everything else up. So let's go again. So far, I think the one I've been the most happy with was the one where we got Star Wars. So let's go again. The Shining. The Shining is, again, an all-time classic horror movie. Make some changes from the book, but I think those changes are very well done. It's a great adaptation, I think. Legendary performance from Jack Nicholson. I'm going to put it at 2. I'm going to leave it at 2. We'll see. Shawshank Redemption. Now you put it at 3. Because even though The Shawshank Redemption is probably one of the best movies of all time, if you were to give me the option, do I want to watch The Shining or Shawshank Redemption, I would pick The Shining more times than not. So Shawshank is at 3. The Avengers franchise. I am a huge Marvel and DC fan. If you've seen any of my reviews, I've done plenty of videos on some of the Marvel movies that have come out over the last year or so. I think Infinity War and Endgame are achievements in not only just superhero film and action film, but just in film in general. And I think the first Avengers is one of the best comic book movies of all time. And I think Age of Ultron is underrated. So I'm going to go ahead and put it at number 1. I'm going to leave the risk there of Star Wars popping back up, but I want to put the Avengers at number 1. Joker. Let's put Joker at 4, and then hopefully we'll be happy with 5. Schindler's List. I would probably switch Joker and Schindler's List. All right, but I'm mostly happy with this one. So let's go back. There's a few more. I just want to do a couple of quick rankings of some of the other film things. So let's go back and let's see. All right, here we go. TV and cinema. Let's see. What do we want to do? You know what? Let's go for actors. Now, I'm just not necessarily ranking these on their acting ability, although that'll play into it. I'm going to kind of rank these as favorites. I like Mark Wahlberg. Not necessarily one of my favorite actors, but I do like him. I'm going to have him at 3. Dwayne Johnson. I love The Rock. I think he's a lot of fun. I'm going to put him at 2. George Clooney. He's a good actor. Not one of my favorites. I'm going to go ahead and put him at 5. Kevin Spacey. There's a lot of baggage there. I'm not going to get into him. I'm just going to put him at 4. Michael B. Jordan. Out of this list, I probably would put Michael B. Jordan at first. Let's go for this one more time. Adrian Brody. He's very talented. Adrian Brody at 4. Robin Williams. I love Robin Williams. I mean, who doesn't? I'm going to go ahead and put him at 1. He was able to just command the screen, nail comedy, nail emotion, play a wide range. So I'm going to go ahead and put him at 1. Yep, Kevin Spacey's down there at 5. Christian Bale. I'm going to put Christian Bale at 2. He's probably one of my favorite working actors today. He's extremely talented. I love to see him in anything. And then here we got George Clooney. I might would switch George Clooney and Adrian Brody. Let's go back. Let's take a look. Let's do one more. Let's do superheroes. All right, ranking my favorite superheroes. I like Iron Man. I think Robert Downey Jr. has done a lot for the character, even in other mediums. I'm going to put him at 3. I think that's a fair spot for me. Captain America, I'll put him at 2. I like Captain America a little bit more than Iron Man. Not necessarily my favorite, but Captain America is up there. Daredevil. I think Daredevil would be good at 4. I'm going to put Thor at 5, and we'll see what we get for 1. Superman. Okay. I've learned to like Superman more, but he's not necessarily one of my favorites. I would probably put, out of this list, I might would put Superman at 5 and slide everybody else up. Let's go one more time. Batman. Unless we get Spider-Man, Batman's got to be number 1. So I'm going to go Batman number 1. Batman's one of my favorite superheroes. Batman number 1. Doctor Strange. I like Doctor Strange. I like Benedict Cumberbatch in the role in the movies. I haven't read a ton of Doctor Strange comics. Let me put Doctor Strange at 4. Then we got The Flash. I like The Flash. I think there's a lot of storytelling potential with The Flash. I love The Flash TV show, at least from what I've seen of it. I've seen, I think, there's 9 seasons. I've seen 7, I think. So I'll put The Flash at 3. Batwoman. I'm not the biggest fan of kind of the derivative characters. You know, Batman, Batwoman. You got The Flash and then Kid Flash. So I'm going to put Batwoman at 5. Superman at 2. Don't know how I feel about that one. Let's go one more time. Black Panther. I really like Black Panther. Chadwick Boseman was awesome in the role. I want to put him at 3. Ant-Man. That's interesting. Do I like Ant-Man or Black Panther more? I guess it kind of depends on what version of Ant-Man we're talking about. If we're talking Hank Pym, Scott Lang, and then again, what version of Scott Lang? I want to put Ant-Man at 4. Spider-Man, number 1. Spider-Man is probably my favorite superhero. Daredevil, I really like Daredevil. The Netflix show is awesome. I can't wait for Born Again. The Daredevil comics are great. I'm going to put Daredevil at 2. I just think he's a really cool and interesting character. Then here we are, number 5, Wolverine. I would probably, I think I would probably put Wolverine number 3. That's it. That's me ranking some of these things. If you want to see me do this again, let me know in the comment section down below. And also, let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know where you would have put some of these movies, some of these superheroes or actors. Let me know in the comment section down below. I'd love to have a conversation with you about it. But this was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like this video, hit subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video. You can follow me on social media pretty much anywhere at CinemaSeth, and I'll see you next time.